What's up guys, this is Scher talking, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I'll show you how to defeat the Challenge Festival Global X event. Here we have to fight 3 different versions of the challenges where we will have to face 3 enemies, then 3 enemies again, and then 6 enemies together, and then you have to fight them in 3 different versions of the fight for a specific series. Okay, so I will be showing you only the 6 enemies fights and only the 3 series fights, because if you know how that work with those characters, it will work backwards as well. Now, the first challenge is versus GBSaGa RS3 US and SaGaRS. Okay, so let's talk about the fight. We have to fight 6 enemies and they all have some very strong attacks. Urpina will be countering you, she's on the front line, just like Blue. Also on the front line, direct attacks will be countered. It's not always a bad thing because we also have characters that will apply effects when they are attacked, but it can do some good damage if you don't have lots of defense boosts. Aldora can attack multiple times and she can also stack fire damage boosts that can kill you. And the Professor can buff all status, much like Urpina. She does a little less often on my runs. And then Sarun can stun. If Sarun stuns you, it's over. And then there's also Creator that can apply Sundered effects on you that will decrease your resistances by quite a lot, and you may eventually die just because of Sundered. I would say that the most dangerous character here is Professor, because she allows everyone to self-buff. You don't have buff break, you're gonna be doomed. But you can still restart till you win this fight. I am making this version of the video because the challenge is ending, and I made the live stream beating all this content, but as a single video I haven't done that yet. So as for the first challenge that will cover GBSaGa RS3 US and SaGaRS, we do have some good characters, especially Kihachi, because she has very good damage and she can also inherit an AoE attack from her S style, Icicle Surge, so that help it. Shao is another character that could be used here. He can replace her damage dealer like Kihachi, for example. MacLeod Syra, if you have the human version, you can inherit Chain Lightning and you're going to do a lot of damage, especially if you have the skill that decreases BP cost. That is, with that version, you can inherit Chain Lightning. You can also try Bune, but Bune does not do much damage. Goddess can kill one of them by 1, but takes time. Human Male can also help you with some defense boosts. Julian theoretically works, although there are not that many attacks that are direct. Even if he does not counter, he can buff your ScherBR by quite a lot, and then your Kihachi, for example, will do more damage. But he does not give you defense boosts, and that can be a bit of a problem. But, well, from the characters that I saw here, Jo could also work. I just didn't want to use her here because it was kind of hard to. I already had the support that I wanted, but she's another character that works. Hana is here because she debuffs and buffs, and we need that. You can keep buffing your characters to reach very high status. That's why Buffer Metrox here is not a damage dealer. We also have Shurei here as a support as well. So damage only comes from Kihachi and a little bit from Katarina. But Kihachi is just so strong, even up to this day, that she can take care of everything by herself. As for equipment, you have to defend against virtually everything. So try to have 35 points of resistance if your character has intrinsic passives, and if not, try your best. Okay, so I will be removing me from the videos because it takes some restarts, and let's go. Now, as for the next version of the challenge, we have to use multiple characters, but we can also use Emerald Beyond. You can check the filter, it's the second one. And the SaGa Emerald Beyond units are just so good that you don't need to use anything else. Yeah. Well, I am using the over-acceleration formation again. I brought the Hold Suna banner, even though Cygnus will not do that much damage on start because he'll get countered. And then Lolo and Dolores. But you don't need to bring those two. If you have Foreman, you can bring. If you have a Mia, you can bring. And even the Scarecrow can work because he has AoE, but he's not that strong. But it's just that most of them will work easily. And Dolores works well because she has a row attack, the enemies are aligned in a row, and she also helps Cygnus and also lots of slash, and Diva is amazing here. Diva helps you with the defense boosts, but also with status buff, and can do insane amounts of damage on overdrive. She won't get counter, she will amplify the damage of everyone. So, over acceleration formation and her taunt works pretty fine here, alongside cover. Now, as for the last version of the challenge, it's a little hard. I thought it was the hardest one, because we do have support, but damage was a little lacking in my options. Well, I wanted to bring Maria, because she can give you some support via her skill number 2. That really helps, but she doesn't do damage. She's just here for casting that skill, Light Blast Ceremony. Then I also brought Minstrel. If you summon and for Minstrel, he's amazing here. If you didn't, well, bringing Real Queen will be only for damage, and bringing Wagner's can work. He will be like a mini Diva. He does not buff status defensive when he gets hit. And you can also bring Noel. Noel, if you have enough BP, he works pretty fine. Especially because we are bringing Gustave. Since we're gonna get hit many times, Gustave brings you 3 BP for everyone. if they get hit 3 times. Jar can also theoretically work, and if you have Final Emperor, it's a good one to use as well, because the enemy blue on the front line is weak to Slash. Even Hannibal can also work theoretically in this fight, but it would take some restarts. I don't think Final Press helps too much. And from the cards that I have, you could also bring, for example, ScherBR. He would theoretically work. Well, that's what I think based on the cards that I have. Let's go.